So Weber State is getting down to the nitty gritty. I think in the next day or two they got to make the call on the starting quarterback, starting positions, and this is going to be a heavy call. And so I don't know where the hell. I talked to Brent High in the standards zone. I don't know what he watches. But he chirping Matt Herron and Gilkey. What? What? I'm here every day. I see who excels, head and shoulders, and Gilkey. Don't get me wrong, Gilkey's been good, and I like him a lot. But he ain't Dijon Jennings. Jennings has been head and shoulders, by far, not the best quarterback, the best player at the fall camp, bar none, bar none. He's been absolutely outstanding. They can't touch him. His scrambling, his pat, bar none. He is, and don't get me wrong, I like Gilkey. Cash has been outstanding. The freshman, that's the guy I'd be focusing on. Tisdale's been good too, but I mean, it's Dijon Jennings. And I want to say this, I don't get this. Why would you bring in a senior back? These running backs they have, and I got news, if Godley is not the starting tailback on this team, you're going to see a fan revolt like no other. He's by far. And then you got Sylvester. I mean, they're 1-2. Of course, May, when they go to the fullback set, yeah, no doubt. And then it's going to be Bird Butler. He's the Preston Pearson, who's that of third down. I mean, he's the third down guy. Swing. And this is, I think, what's made Dijon so good this year. Well, all these quarterbacks look good because of Jamie Martin's here. Jamie Martin's turned out to be an incredible coach. I didn't know that he'd be this great of a coach, but he has turned out to be one outstanding coach. My favorite coach on this team. Well, it's always been that, Conley. And so, but anyway, it's getting down to the nitty-gritty. Now, down at New Mexico, they named their quarterback yesterday. Now, of course, I'm reverting from New Mexico. Abe Williams, I'm friends with Abe. He's my favorite player here. You know, on that decision, some of the decisions made here in the last 2 years, you know I'm not happy. I mean, we went this incredible slide off a cliff. We were 7th in the country, not the Big Sky, 7th in the country in the preseason, and never won a home game. I think they won one. I mean, just crashed. The last 2 years have been a disaster, and the coaching decisions and choices have been a disaster. I mean, that's just the way it is. They've been a fucking disaster. Look at the players we've lost. Are you kidding me? You know, so it looks like Abe Williams and Frankie are both going to be starters in that defensive backfield. Come on, Abe Williams is a possible preseason All-American. He's a 4-3 guy. He's going to get his shot in the NFL. You know, I still wish he was here. Ran 5 back. That's all. One got called back, but I'm still counting it. You know, the all-time record's 8, Rashid Shaheed. You know, so anyway, that choice should be made the next day or two. I'll be the first, probably, one of them to know. But Dijon Jennings has been the number one guy in fall camp. Not quarterback, the number one. He's been unbelievable. I mean, just absolutely outstanding. You know, but, you know, there's a lot of politics come into play. You know, I was really disappointed when they named Richie Munoz. I always thought it was Tiger. You know, and I was the first one to find out about that. Now, if Godley's not the starting tailback, I'm telling you, what few fans are left, you're going to see a revolt. I don't know why they would bring in a senior when you got Major Givens, you've got Sylvester, and the year that Godley had last year, are you kidding? You ever seen his freaking college tape? You seen the year, and he was playing behind Bankston. He's unbelievable. There's no problems on offense here, you know, if you put the guys on the field. Now, defense, that defensive line was a major disappointment. Now, Wilson, the preseason All-American, he's a Wyoming. He's gone. It was a major disappointment, you know, the defense, linebacker, and then inside the 10. Inside the 10 was a disaster last year. And then kicking, I don't know what happened to, I mean, some bad luck, you know, and that's going to be another thing. You know, they're fighting for kicking positions here. We'll see, you know, as far as field goal kicker. We know who the kickoff guy is, the Morgan kid. And, you know, we have 2 Oscars now. You know, so that'll be interesting. That'll be a tough call. But quarterback, I'm telling you, the choice, my guess, will be made today, tomorrow, the next couple of days. They've got to make this choice. I mean, this season's coming right up. They go to James Madison, our old nemesis. I was just listening to Jonah Williams' interview. He's with the Saints now talking. You remember that so-called push in the back when they stole the national championship from us in 2017? Rashid Shaheed, Kevin Smith, Cantwell. Oh, my God. I'll never forget that. Talk about a curse. You think the basketball team's got a curse? I mean, they got us here. Well, they got us 3 times. Twice. I remember the timeout Jay called at the last play of the first half, and they says, and he missed the field goal, and they says, let's go. And they got over the great freshman who ended up one of the true great DBs that no one talks about here, Maxwell Anderson. I see Heckard got released in the Canadian League, which I don't know. Collins is playing, though. He's still playing the Canadian League. And then Opetta's back. Opetta's back with Tampa Bay, with the Bucks. There's a football player. Ask Josh, the great Josh Davis. Godley didn't even know he didn't know anything about the great Trevon Smith. He does now, because I told him. But if Godley isn't one and Sylvester too, and Givens is right there too. And then, of course, the great Bert Butler, the press third down. These fans are going to flip their freaking lids. Now, I don't know why. And I like this senior they brought in. Don't get me wrong. I just don't understand it. I don't understand. Why wouldn't you promote your guys like Jay Hill did? Rashid Shaheed was here for 4 years. Teron Johnson was here for 4 years. Jonah Williams for here. Adam Rodriguez was here for 4 years. By the way, Winston Reed had to beg his way on this team. He's got a deal. He's playing. He got a good contract with the Browns. So we got all these NFL players, the great Jay Hill, but he's gone. These decisions are paramount. Go Abe. So I'll be rooting for them Lobos. I really like that coach. He took a lot of these guys with him. Good for him, man. Abe's a little local. He played quarterback in high school at West. He was outstanding. We have Noah here. This kid from Huntington looks really great. Mason at wide out. And then Evans is playing DB. He looks outstanding. Outstanding. These DBs look good. Trey Parker's back. Remember he almost died. He looks good. Offensive line looks outstanding. Vi's back. Ortega. They look really good. The wide receivers look good, but I want to put this up. I'm telling you, if Godley's not the starting tailback on this team, something's desperately wrong. But we've seen these decisions over the last 2 years, and they've been desperately wrong. So it's kind of like basketball over there. But, oh, God, don't even get me going. But anyway, so I go to practice pretty well every day. I know these players. No doubt, Jennings has been the player of fall camp, not the quarterback. He's been unbelievably. His scrambling ability and his big arm, A to Z. And I really believe it's right there. These quarterbacks all look good, by the way. Don't get me wrong. Gilkey's excellent. So, Cash, he's only a freshman. I hope we can keep him around. That dude is good. So is Tinsdale. But it's Jennings. And the big difference, Jamie Martin. Jamie Martin has turned out to be one outstanding coach. You should see how he works with their footwork. Like I said, I kind of practice every day. I know all these guys, And this ain't no fucking personality contest. I don't give a fuck about personality contests. No, I want to see the best players on the field. It's important. It's one thing. And for all you young players, just remember, Rashid Shaheed, undrafted, it's a miracle he's in the NFL. Towards ACL, it's unbelievable. He's still the most underrated player in the all these players I talked about in the NFL, 6 of them, off Jay Hill's, 1 scholarship, including Teron Johnson, the most paid nickelback in the NFL. 1 scholarship in the country. By the way, Scattaboo put the end to the Jay Hill era here. Yeah, he played for Sac State. Abraham Williams had run the kickoff back for a touchdown. They had to get the ball back. It looked like they were going to. Scattaboo for 5. Scattaboo for 6. Scattaboo for 4. They had the box stacked 12 deep. They couldn't stop him. And by the way, Jackson Dart, we're rooting for the Giants now. He's right here, Roy, but Noah is his wide receiver. It's a miracle we have Noah's that good. Care. And his dad, Eric, who's hanging around here a lot lately, how many guys he got in the NFL? Whoa. So lots and lots of talent here. Tough choices? I don't think they're that tough. Bunch of good DBs, really good DBs. Of course, running back, of course, Jalen Records outstanding. By the way, there was 2 scouts here yesterday. I picked their brain. They picked my brain. So running back kicks, we have 3 great options. You know, the great Bird Butler, of course. Noah. Oh, that dude is so fast, so good. He's outstanding. And then Jalen Recker has really turned out to be a team leader on this team. He's something. They're loaded a wide receiver. They got a great offensive line this year. And they're outstanding at running back. Really outstanding. I really, truly believe that Godley's going to be one of these incredible superstars that we talk. And he's wearing Trevon Smith, the greatest player who ever played here in the history of this school. Till Rashid Shaheed came along. Trevon Smith, just 5,000 yards. That's all. Cameron Higgins, his quarterback. I think this offense is going to be similar. I think, and the difference is the great Jamie Martin. But come on, man. We know the coaching decision. Oh, there's another one that looks outstanding here. Ammon. I always knew he was going to be good. You know, he plays slot. You know, he's been incredibly. I mean, he's played great. He's from up there in Idaho. We lost our other tight end. He went to New Mexico, but he's at BYU with Jay. So go Abe Williams, Frankie, fucking Banks. That, you know, I really truly believe Abraham Williams will play in the NFL on Sundays. You know, and if you don't think I know, who's the first guy that called out Rashid Shaheed ever? Oh, I did. First guy that called out a lot of it, including who's the first guy to call it Dylan Jones? Oh, I did. You know, so Lord, I don't think the money's past hands here yet, but his wife, who's now his ex-wife, told me right to my face, called him the billionaire cheapskate. He met her here. So, but, you know, he's the boss around here now. Yeah. Dang Lord. Basketball and football. Well, basketball, we'll see how it spills if they get some of that. I don't think the money's past hands yet, but he's the general manager here, you know, and we need a shakeup. And so I love Damien as far as that goes. I mean, I'm not a fan of what he's done with his money and his bling bling, but, you know, they've made goods. I wear used stuff. Go, Abe. Show them what you are, man. We know what you are. We saw you as a freshman. We know what you are. 5 return for touchdowns in one season. The all-time record is 8, Rashid Shaheed. So, anyway, and I listened to Ike's conference. He did one just about Abe, talking about how he's coming along. Well, he was the leading tackler at Idaho last year when he broke his arm. You know, so anyway, Bland, that pick 6 guy, he played on this field for the, you know, when he was a Sac State. There goes Noah right there. Damn, that dude's good. That dude can play. So, I'm telling you, head and shoulders. You know, Ammon's been outstanding. He's really been way up there in this fall camp. Really shine. TJ Evans moving from wide receiver to DB. Shine. You know, Vi's back with his, you know, that injury coming off. But all these DBs they look good. They're deep at DB. You know, Benji, the new guy, we lost a great, you know, DB coach. He's getting his son ready, you know, for the money. I mean, you know, high school players get ready for all the money now in college. You know, so Andre Dyson. But young Benji brings a lot of enthusiasm to this team. And there's a big difference here because Mickey's not coaching the quarterbacks anymore. He's not. It's every day. It's Jamie Martin, and he's been outstanding with these guys. I watch him work with them. I mean, these quarterbacks, and don't get me wrong, I love Gilkey. He's excellent. And I'm really impressed with the freshman Cash. Really impressed with him. You know, I don't know if we'll be able to keep him. You know who's come back better than ever, too, is Bird Butler. Off that injury, you know, that injury got blown up last year. You remember that? Oh. Well, so tons of talent. The big question mark will be defensive line and linebackers. mean, IU and walked off. They quit. They retired. This is a tough gig playing college football. I understand it. Injuries. You got to hit the books. I mean, this is a tough job, man. Really tough. But head and shoulders, the fall camp, and I've been here pretty well every day. Head and shoulders. I'm telling you. It's been that guy right there. Dijon Jennings has been unbelievable. Look who this is. Is that the bird? Oh, yeah. He's that good.